The internet is still reacting to the 11-minute flight that Gayle King, Lauren Sanchez, and others, including Katy Perry, were a part of. And now they're responding to the backlash. Like, people are starving. People can't buy groceries. And this is how you spend your time and money? 11-minute flight to space? Some people don't even believe that they actually went to space. Well, we have the footage.
Here we go now.
Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your #1 source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So I just happened to see the video footage live of this trip to space. And I, like a lot of you, were thinking, okay, they're probably going to go there for a week, a couple of days, not 11 minutes. But I watched it, and honestly, because of Americans' attention span, I'm sure a lot of us could pay attention to this whole situation, because it really wasn't even a full 11 minutes when you think about the amount of time they actually were up there. And I remember listening to it live, well, watching it live, but listening to the audio because we didn't have an in-camera live feed. All I heard was screaming, and I got nervous. I think we all have been nervous, including Gayle King. Ever since they announced that she was going to be a part of this, she got really emotional on CBS Morning, and she looked like she didn't want to do it. Oprah was there during this launch. There were a lot of people there, including Khloe Kardashian and Kris Jenner were there watching this. So a lot of people have said, they're like, I don't know if this is a good idea. Gayle, why are you doing this if you don't want to do this? Oprah, in an interview the day of this launch, said that Gayle is probably the most nervous flyer. She's hoping that Gayle, by doing this, will be able to get over that fear. And look, there are ways to get over fears, especially fear of flying. Getting into a space shuttle for 11 minutes, I don't think is going to do it. I'm going to be honest with you, especially because Gayle does fly all the time. And if you still have not gotten over your fear of that, you going up into space for a hot second isn't going to resolve that. At least I don't think so.
Yup.
But there's been a lot of backlash because of this, because people are sort of like, okay, what was the point of this? And I'm someone that is very fascinated by technology and space. And there are so many things that, shout out to the real astronauts. I'm sure astronauts are so offended when people are now referring to these individuals, some of these individuals, as astronauts, because shout out to Aisha Bo, who's Bahamian, a Black woman, and she's a former rocket scientist. So it makes more sense for her to be going up there, along with some of the other women too. Not Lauren Sanchez, not Gayle King, and not Katy Perry.
That is funny.
So it made sense for her to be going up there because she actually knows what she's looking at and what she's talking about and what the exploration of this is. But this feels like, for a lot of people, just space tourism. Not any real thing is going to be benefited from this. However, Lauren Sanchez, as you know, she's the fiancé to Jeff Bezos, billionaire Amazon. He did it before, and she said, he asked her if she would do this, and she says, yes, but I want to go up with a full crew of women. And so as you see them go up into space, you see the video footage where they say, taking up space. That whole conversation about taking up space. So let me just show you the footage. And as always, this falls under Copyright Act of fair use for research purposes and us breaking down the foolishness of this flight.
Got it?
1, 2, 3, taking up space!
I'm not gonna lie to you. When I saw this video footage, I said, well, this is kind of cool. This is kind, mind you, they literally, when they went up into space, I'm gonna just put space. They did go into space. When they went up into space, literally, they only had 1 minute to get out of their seats and do all of what they're doing here. Katy Perry even sang a song, What a Wonderful World, while she was up there. My God, if we're going to send a singer, and look, and I like Katy Perry, but if we're going to send a singer up there to sing in space, can we send one that can actually carry a tune? And look, I like Katy Perry, but Even her singing, people were like, is that Katie singing? It sounded like every day, all of us singing. Well, I'm a trained singer, but all of us singing in the shower. That's what it sounded like. But again, you're in space. I don't know the lung capacity and how that's working when you're up there singing. But okay, I've digressed. Let's continue.
Tamir's in space.
It's okay. Leave Flynn up there.
Flynn, bye. You look. Flynn, I gotcha. I got you, Flynn.
Gotcha. Proud of you, Flynn. Oh, the moon! You guys, I will have to tell you, look at the moon. That's amazing.
I also have to be honest with you. When they were when I heard the audio of this, the pink moon, the pink moon, the pink full moon that happened this week, I was like, oh, that would have been really cool because I'm a little bit of a nerd. I was like, that would have been really cool to see. And then to see the footage, I was like, damn, it looked better from down here. Okay.
Nothing. Even when she was wrong.
Okay, I'm just saying, based off this footage, I was like, the pink moon looked better from here. But again, you're seeing the Earth and the moon outside. Okay.
Wow, look at the blue line.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goddess.
Wow.
Oh my That's our pink moon.
Okay. Now it's time to look out that way.
Oh my
space
gosh.
colony.
She's so much. Oh my gosh.
Whoa. That's amazing.
All right, so let's talk about the backlash. So they've been receiving a lot of backlash on social media because, first of all, how short this trip was. So everyone is wondering, what was the point of this trip? So our friends at 2Fab write this. They said Gayle King and Lauren Sanchez are speaking out about the criticism of the all-female Blue Origin flight. On Monday morning, King and Sanchez, who is Jeff Bezos' fiance, along with pop star Katy Perry, former NASA rocket scientist Aisha Bowe, astronautics research scientist Amanda Nguyen, and film producer Carrie Ann Flynn launched into space in Bezos' Blue Origin New Shepard rocket and returned home completing their mission. After the all-female crew's 11-minute flight, the group addressed backlash surrounding the flight's NS-31, which began even before Monday's launch, with actress Olivia Munn publicly slamming the flight during a recent TV appearance. The criticism continued following the launch. While speaking with People magazine during a post-flight press conference, both King and Sanchez hit back. Anybody that's criticizing it really doesn't understand what is happening here, King said. Sanchez chimed in, telling the press, I get really fired up. They continue, I would love to have them come to Blue Origin and see the thousands of employees that don't just work here, but they put their heart and soul into this vehicle, she continued, of her fiance's space technology company. They love their work and they love the mission, and it's a big deal for them. So when we hear comments like that, I just say, trust me, come with me. I'll show you what this is about. And it's really eye-opening. They said a bunch of nothing in those statements because, yes, okay, so what was the point of this mission? What was the point? And yes, take us with you. I think leading up to this, you should have had footage of us going to Blue Origin and seeing the work that they're doing, seeing the people that are working there, why they are doing what they're doing. So you said a bunch of nothing.
Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything.
They continue. So when we hear comments like that, I just say, trust me, come with me. I'll show you what this is about. And it's really eye-opening. Bowe, meanwhile, also weighed in according to People, initially sharing similar sentiments as Sanchez. She pointed out that she wished those who are criticizing the mission could read the messages in my inbox. Bowe, who's an aerospace engineer, went on to bring up the bigger picture as a woman who works in the field. She says, when I decided that I was going to pursue aerospace engineering, it was after my high school guidance counselor told me that I should pursue cosmetology because she did not think that I would be suited for this field. I went from pre-algebra in community college to 2 degrees in aerospace engineering to working for NASA for being able to sit on the stage and say it's bigger than the criticism. Sanchez, King, and Bowe's remarks come as the rocket launch received major backlash and criticism online, with people branding the flight as tone-deaf, vanity project, and fever dream. While guest co-hosting Today with Jenna and friends with Jenna Bush Hager earlier this month, Munn blasted the all-female mission, slamming it as gluttonous and costly. And here's the thing, there's so much big criticism on people flying, and especially private flying as opposed to doing commercial. It can't be much better for the environment to say we're going up there. Why did we go up there? What was the bigger mission? Oh, representation of all females? Okay, that's well and good, but we could have did that in a more environmentally friendly way too. But okay. The actress was shocked when Bush Hager informed her of the group's plan to get glam before the flight, and Perry's comments of how they promised to put the ass in astronaut. What? They said this out loud, Munn said, before she continued to rant. What's the point? Is it historic that you guys are going on a ride? I think it's a bit gluttonous. Space exploration was to further our knowledge and to help mankind. What are they going to do up there that has made it better for us down here, especially in less than 11 minutes? In addition to the resources being spent and the impact the flight will have on the environment, Munn noted that the ride seems a bit tone deaf at a time when many in America can't even afford to buy eggs. I know this is probably obnoxious, but it's so much money to go to space, and there are a lot of people who can't even afford eggs, Munn said, before offering the fully female crew more of her hot take. If you want to go to space, why do you need to tell us about it? It's just go up there, have a good time, come on down. Following Monday's flight, other celebrities joined Munn in expressing criticism, including Meghan McCain and Olivia Wilde. Katy Perry and Gayle King being launched into space while publicly saying that they are bringing the ass back in astronauts and makeup and glam is important for the mission is some kind of Black Mirror parody, and you can't even convince me otherwise, Meghan McCain wrote on X. Wilde, meanwhile, shared on X on an Instagram story that shared a funny reaction to the launch and, like Munn, called out the costly flight, writing, $1 billion bought some good memes, I guess. NS-31 blasted off on Monday, as you know, morning from Blue Origin's launch site 1 in western Texas. The New Shepard traveled more than 60 miles above Earth, and the flight lasted 11 minutes, according to Blue Origin per ABC News. It was the first all-female space flight since 1963. Look, representation matters, but I feel like we could have done this at a better time. We could have done this in a different way in regards to this. I love the fact that we're highlighting people like Aisha Bowe, who actually is a rocket scientist, actually is passionate about this work. But even after all of this conversation and press conference and going through with this, we still do not understand what was the point. Yes, we love the fact women empowerment, women taking up space, women in tech, women in science. But how is that represented here? Oh, we brought attention to it because Katy Perry is going up there? There are better ways, especially in this day and age, to take up space, to show women empowerment without destroying the environment a little bit more for 11 minutes. I implore, Gayle King says, you should see the work that they're doing at this place. Lauren Sanchez, you should see the work they're doing at this place. Take us to see the work. You've done so many press conferences. Take us inside Blue Origin. Let us speak to the people that are working there. Maybe send one of them up with you. Or you did, I guess, because technically she's the fiance of the owner. It is definitely a bit tone deaf. But guys, as always, I want to know your reaction to this video footage of Gayle King, Lauren Sanchez, Katy Perry, and others up in space for not even 11 minutes. Let's be honest. I counted. I watched it live. It was not 11 minutes. Maybe the entire thing to go up and to come back down was 11 minutes, but no. As always, guys, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
Here we go now.